rebels choke. Fast and fierce, racing souls, tearing through the endless cold. Twisting metal, thunder growls, screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts, and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace. Burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace. Burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed.
All right, let's go ahead and get it. Hey, how's everybody doing? Southern Fried Racing Hour. We have several people in here already. We were bringing up multiple streams, so bear with us as we get everything on the same page. I'm Dave. This is...
Dean.
That's Dean. And this is our third episode of... Let me adjust camera here. Again, I've been gone a lot today. And normally I'm a little more professional than that, but we got to make sure Dean's pretty face is on the screen. So.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we had a lot of fun last week with the Racing Hour. And we're going to be pulling up some stuff today to talk about the race from Sunday, and what a race it was.
It was good.
It's been a crazy week. I've had a lot going on, and I just spent over 2 hours in the dentist chair. So I'm just getting back, and things were kind of pushed late. But hey, those are first world problems, I guess. But we're glad to be here. The Southern Fried Podcast has a lot of great things going on, and we're not bragging. We're thankful to the good Lord above for all that He's doing.
That's right.
And Dean, I want to share one thing real quick. We're in the process of, we just signed the paperwork to be an affiliate of Patriot Mobile. We have a new commercial to be coming out. They've got some things they're going to be sending us. This just was done late last week on Friday. So it's way early into getting any of the information back, but we already have two other affiliates, which is Mammoth Nation and W Energy Drinks, and now we have an affiliate with Patriot Mobile. Really excited about this, and I'll just kind of freewheel it here for a second. We don't promote anything that we don't believe in, and two, that we don't use. And so W Energy Drinks, I use those. They do not give you the jitters or the shakes or anything like that. And I love the flavors, and they're a fun company to be involved with. Mammoth Nation represents hundreds of companies that are America First, that have the traditional values that we love here in America. Wherever you're listening from tonight, you may be outside the country, but families are families, and most people want the same things. And we're excited to be a part of Mammoth Nation. Now, Patriot Mobile is absolutely the same thing. 4 pillars that they stand on, and that's the First and Second Amendments. They are pro-life, and we're very thankful to have them a part. And then, they're America First, and so you'll be seeing a lot of those are our values, and so you'll be seeing a lot about that. But get that out of the way. We'll talk about racing. And Dean, I think you had to work, right? I don't think.
Yes, I did. Yes,
which is a good thing. That's. That's a good thing in America when somebody says, I'm I'm a person who works. That's one of those things anymore. You're wondering, what in the world, they're doing, because a lot of people today, they don't work. And, but I'm thankful for people that work. And, it's exciting to know that, we're a part of, the same kind
That's
of,
right.
we work the same company. And,
Yeah, we do. Sorry, industry. Yes.
those are good things. And so we're thankful for that. And, let me get, this uploaded. I'm just uploading some slides that I'm going to put up, and we're going to go through a few things.
That's good.
But it was fun. We got folks in the chat. James Harris, costly mistake. We'll put this on the screen. Thank you, James, for being in here. Costly mistake by Christopher Bell's team cost him a chance at history. 3 times in a row isn't a accomplishment, though. Yes, it is, James.
Yes, it is.
And absolutely, and that's racing, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's really any sport.
Right.
The little things, costly mistakes will get you every time.
A big mistake too. Yes.
A big mistake. I'm going to play a quick video that I have, and then we'll kind of get into the show. But before we play the video, Dean, how you been? You had a
I'm good. I'm good.
good week, and
Yes.
hope the family's well.
Oh yeah. Well, good.
Last week was probably the worst week of my whole life, but God's grace is sufficient.
Yes, it
And
is.
I'm thankful to be here.
Me
And
too.
it was like one thing after another happens, and those are those trials and tribulations that comes into your life. And everybody listening probably has had weeks like that.
But they make you stronger too.
They do make you stronger. They have a purpose, and we shouldn't fear the storm.
That's right.
The storm will be the purpose of God's will for our life, and
God will see you through it.
yeah, He will see us through it. And sometimes it's to move us. Maybe He wants to move us or something.
That's right.
But the devil is a liar and the father
yes,
of it. And
yes.
I'm glad to be born again Christian. So
Me too.
we'll say that right up front.
Me too. Me
we,
too.
Now in saying that, we do want our drivers to win.
Oh yeah.
No mercy on the track,
That's
right?
right.
But let's play this quick video, and it's not real long, but it'll be about the race from Sunday. So we'll be right back.
White flag. Last lap for Josh Berry and the Wood brothers to seal the deal in Las Vegas. Suarez 1.1 seconds back. His last lap a 10th faster than Berry's. Ryan Preece having a career day in third. Ross Chastain, William Byron, 2 Fords, 3 Chevys in the top 5.
How about this? The Wood brothers, we're back. What an unbelievable day for this car and that driver, Josh Berry.
Josh Berry and the Wood brothers win in Las Vegas. Gets his... Eddie and Len Wood and their sister Kim Woodhall and the next generation of the Woods that run this family race team. Home is Stewart, Virginia, just west of Martinsville. And there's nobody on pit road or in that garage area who is not happy for the Wood brothers today.
Good job. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you so much.
Hey, you can hear the emotion in his voice.
Oh yes.
Hey, I love the Wood brothers.
I do
anyway. You know what? They've been faithful, and there was a lot of people probably thought they would never make it back to the winner's circle, but these guys have been faithful, and they are a family team.
They are. I've
been to their website. In fact, I'm gonna get me a hat. I've been wanting to get a hat for the driver anyway, and I'm gonna order a hat and support them that way. But they went with the Penske, got their engine plants, and that made a big difference. But this young man's he's a really good driver, and we're gonna be looking at some of that here soon. And we're gonna pull up. We're gonna shove us to the side there a little bit. Hey, there's you.
Oh yeah.
This is just the cover page for our show tonight. But you did such a good job modeling for that picture. I wanted to make sure that we got you, kind of prominent there.
Thank you.
So I'm blessed to have Dean as co-host. It's a pleasure. He's enjoying it, and that makes me enjoy it even more. We know he's got family watching. We appreciate the likes and also friends. Thank y'all for watching and supporting us. Give us a follow. We do a lot of different kinds of programs.
And I thank you for letting me be here.
Oh, well, it's my honor. And, it's hard to find people that are dedicated to doing something like a podcast. And so I just appreciate you, man. It's fun. Your enthusiasm, you're having fun with it. And that's what it's all about. And so we're going to talk racing for a little bit here. And we may chit chat about some other things and give you some announcements about other programs. towards the end, but let's get started. And there is that car in victory lane, and Wood Brothers back there deserve it. Number 21. I like the color schemes, pretty sharp. Car, and he just smoked them there for the win. And I know people made mistakes, but hey, that's racing.
That's right.
That's racing. And what a moment for him and his family and this team. And hey, this could be the start of many wins for this young man. This team has been steady all year. We talked about that last year.
They have. And he's from Hendersonville, Tennessee.
And I love that. Hey, I love everybody everywhere, but I got to tell you, I'm partial to my Southern drivers now.
Me too.
Because I'm old school. I go back to the old drivers. It
That's
was
right.
all Southern racing, and
Yes.
so there's a part in my heart for that and for those folks. But Josh Berry, great job. Want to give Getty Images credit there for the shot.
Oh, he is a great driver.
He is a great driver. He's steady. He keeps out of trouble. Even if he drifts back, he doesn't get too aggressive where he's wrecking people.
That's right.
He works the track. He waits for his opportunities, and he saves the car. And that's what I've noticed about him is he really takes care of the car. Sometimes you can have a driver with a lot of talent, but they don't. They run the car. They just race it in the ground, and or they get in a big wreck and they get too aggressive. There's a time to be aggressive. I mean, if there's 3 laps left and it's a start, all bets are off because they're all going to drive like crazy people. But through the race, you've got to be smart. It's a long race, and you got to be smart about that. So
Out of all the wins they had, they've won it with 60 different drivers.
amazing. How about that? Now I didn't know that stat. That's pretty awesome. If you had to rank this driver, I know you're a Chase fan, but where would you rank him as drivers you like? Is he in your top 5, top 10, top 15?
I would say top 15.
Top 15. Okay. So he's coming along up Dean's list.
Yeah.
I'm a Wood Brothers guy, so he's way up there at the top for me. But that's what makes it fun. And so here we go. There it is. Got the win. That green was the number 1 spot. We see the breakdown there. Suarez kind of snuck back in there a little bit.
He did.
He's been coming up through the pack a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
These races. Good race car driver. Ryan Preece come in 3rd, and there's William Byron.
I thought Byron might come in.
Yeah, he's another one of the young guns. That 24 car, doing great things there. They got all the talent in the world and all the machine in the world, and not a surprise he's there. So for Josh to win this race, it's a lot of things has to go right, and you've got a lot of really good talent around you.
Oh, yes.
That are fighting for that win. Ross Chastain, then Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, the Dinger, AJ Allmendinger, and then Kyle Larson, who is moving up the charts as well because he's been steady.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have a great start to the season, but he's been steady. Then Christopher Bell, another one, obviously. We talk about his successes this year. Chris Buescher, Justin Haley, Joey Logano, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's gotten back. He didn't have a great start. He's doing better. Riley Herbst, John Hunter Nemechek, who came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said last week we put the challenge down, Dean.
That's right.
We said that he hadn't showed us nothing yet.
He hadn't.
But he did pretty
But
good
he's
here.
coming up. He's coming up.
He's coming up. Todd Dillon, another one, kind of a rough start coming there. Reddick, he's not got that win yet, but he's been flirting with it. Denny Hamlin, Cole Custer, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace still finishing out some of the top drivers here. This is not the full rundown, but it's a top part of the order of the finish. Todd Gilliland, Carson Hocevar, Noah Gragson, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, and Cody Ware. We'll move along, and I know Dean's got notes. We're going to go through some stuff. So this is your schedule now. As we come out of that, March 23rd, the Straight Talk Wireless at Homestead, Miami. and then the Cookout 400 at Martinsville. That's a fun racetrack.
Oh yes.
Then we go into April. Can you believe it's already almost
I know
April?
it. I know.
My gosh.
Slow
Where's
down.
where's the time going? Then Darlington. I love Darlington.
I do too. Darlington's a good track.
That's the old Southern 500.
Oh yes.
They call it the Goodyear 400 now, but in my heart, it's always the Southern 500.
The Southern 500.
Food City 500, Bristol. There's your first Bristol, and then Jack Link's 500. Hey, there's Talladega. Talladega. So some fun races coming up. That'll be exciting. Here's let's real quick. We're just going to do the top 11. I started to do top 10, but I added one. So it's the top 11 here. We're going to look at the points now. Christopher Bell 1, William Byron 2, Kyle Larson. I told you he's been hanging around, man. He's moving up the
You
chart.
better watch that boy. You better watch
You
him.
better watch him. He's that Chevy's fast. Of course, Toyota in the first spot there. It's 2 Chevys, 3 Chevys.
Hey, that's Chase now.
Chase Elliott. He didn't start great, but
He
he's doing good now. Tyler Reddick 5th, another Toyota. Denny Hamlin, he's starting to get back in the picture 6th. Alex Bowman, another Chevy. There's a problem here. Where's the Fords at?
I don't see him yet.
I don't either. Hey, there's 3. Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain. Your favorite driver, Joe Logano. I'm just kidding. And then there's Josh Berry, and he's got a green arrow pointing up. He really climbed the charts with this win. So I wanted to give the top 10 there for that, or 11 actually. Since he come in at 11, we moved it to the top 11. So let's get that back down. We'll come back up, and it's getting good.
It is getting good.
I mean, at first it looked like a 3-team race, and now we're seeing that talent rising to the top. And so you got Logano, you got Chase, you got Larson. Those are guys you anticipate being there. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick. And so these young guns, let's see how they can hold off some of these that are not very old, but they're more veteran.
There we got Chevrolet in, you got Ford in, got Toyota in.
Yeah, so it's a good balance across the spectrum for these teams. And let me check the chats. I've been pulling up stuff. So hey Dave, hey Lewis. James did say first win for Josh Berry. What a feeling that must be, no doubt. And for the Wood brothers, 101st, and after so long. And then we appreciate you, Lewis, being in here. Lewis is somewhat of a race fan, but he's more, I think, Indy, if I remember right. But thank you for coming and watching a little bit of our NASCAR show. Dean, what you got? He's got some notes. I like a man that prepares. That shows passion, excitement.
That's me.
And I like it. So we're going to go through Dean's list. Lewis, you know what? Real quick before you do that, Dean, Lewis, I'm doing better. It's been a tough week, and we're now in a new week. And I was at the dentist today for over 2 hours. Fun, but they're great people. But I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. All right, Dean, let her rip, tater chip.
Okay, now. The weather delay for Saturday night at Las Vegas. That was a long one.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd ever get that race in.
And you wouldn't think you would run into that at Las Vegas.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. But you did.
If you're in South Florida, it's a given you're going to have a rain shower come through at least 2 or 3 during the day, usually. But Las Vegas, you just don't really think that's going to happen. Of course, we had bad storms Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness, all across the South. And unfortunately, some people lost their lives. And pray for the nation and pray for those folks who suffered loss and damage,
That's right.
And Jake was telling me in Mississippi they had a helicopter go down, and the crew, a medical crew, and no patients, but the medical crew lost their lives. So let's pray for these folks as you pray. Remember them.
That's right.
So yeah, weather delay, rain, but they got her in.
Oh yeah. Tire issues at Las Vegas. Kyle Busch tire and wheel come off that car.
Yeah.
That was a big no-no.
Yeah. He's made some mistakes lately
yeah.
that I haven't seen him make before. It just like James was talking about, costly mistakes. It's costly. It's been costly for him. Just little things nothing major, but he's went a long way without a win. It's over 50 races now, I believe,
Yes.
for him.
But Kyle Busch cannot find a victory lane. He can't find it nowhere.
He can't find it. Somebody's gonna have to show him the way there, but he's going to have to move these young guns out of the way to
That's
get in
right.
there. He's not the young guy anymore.
No, he ain't.
He's one of the older veterans. It's weird to think of him in that way, but he is.
What really got me was Christopher Bale going into the wrong pit stall.
Yeah, you know, every race there's somebody who does something. They back up in the wrong, or they go too far. Tire gets away.
Now, his trouble was the tire wasn't on tightly.
Yeah,
So the crew chief said, go in the pit somewhere.
yeah. That's happened 2 weeks in a row that somebody has. I see. Last week it was. Wasn't it Keselowski that they did that too? You had to do the. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but they didn't get the tire tight, and so they had to come back in. That's always costly.
But that would be a costly one for Bale. Because even though his crew chief said, go in the pit.
Yeah,
He went in Chase Briscoe's pit stall. And that was a big no-no.
a big no.
Because it could be, he would get penalized for that.
Yeah. Well, they have a NASCAR official there at every all the way down the track or the pits, and so you're not going to slip nothing by them, especially going in the wrong pit.
And Chase Briscoe's tire come off the car too.
Yeah,
They hit the inside wall, and that could be another penalty for them too.
yeah,
There you got all three drivers that's going to be penalized for tires.
yeah, and that's just you can't do that. I mean, you just can't do that. And they practice all week, and then you get in the race, and that's just weird stuff. The pressure of the moment. What was the old ABC? The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Yes.
And at that moment it's just crushing, especially to a crew that works so hard. Oh, I love this. NC Native comes in. Excuse me, Dean. He says in 2015, 2016, Memore, my screen name was Joe Memachek.
That's a good one. I like that.
I like that. You're always good with a quip. I like that. Thank you, NC Native.
And then Saturday night, Justin Allgaier won this race. So that's another one for for Junior Motorsports.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing good.
Yep.
Doing good.
Now the big question is who will win next week?
Who will win next week? Well, that's a hard one to pick for me too. And I was supposed to make picks. We didn't make picks. We'll have to do that before the race. We didn't get our picks in on who we thought was win, but we did say that, and it's a total fluke, but we're going to take credit for it, that we believe that Josh Berry would win a race.
Oh yes.
We did say that. Didn't think it was going to be that quick, but we thought before the year was out that he would get a win. NC Native says Byron is from North Carolina, and I like that.
I do too.
I like them North Carolina boys, and they do a good job. And most of the race teams, I mean, not all of them. You got your Indiana ones, you've got some that are spread out, but most of the race teams are still in that racing hotbed of North Carolina, the shops and everything. It's just convenient for them. There's your question, Dean. Is Chase the son of Awesome Bill?
Yes, he is.
Yes. And of course, he was Awesome Bill from
Dawsonville.
And I've been to Dawsonville.
I have too.
Spoke at a church there, a missions meeting they had. That was the only time I've ever been in Dawsonville, and I'd like to go back sometime. But he's got to be extremely proud, of what they've accomplished as a family, and racing is about family.
It is. It is.
I mean, it really is. Like the Wood Brothers, it's a family thing where they, you think of the Pettys. And by the way, I saw a cute Kyle Petty video of him. I guess it was his grandson. He's riding a little motorcycle. I think it was his son. I had the sound down, and I couldn't bring it up at that moment where I was at, but I think it was his grandson, and it was cute. So I was thinking about you when I saw that because we talked about Kyle a little bit, Kyle Petty, and I know he never really showed it on the track, but what he does with kids
It's great.
he's made his mark.
Yes,
with that
yes.
the kids that he works with
Victory Junction.
Victory Junction, and they're awesome. And you know, losing a son, I know they still grieve with that, but it's a way for them to, you know, feed that side of them that they get to work with those kids, and I just think that's awesome. James says Kyle Larson is knocking on the door of a win. I think he will win the next race. So James is putting her down.
Okay.
So you need to get your pen out.
Oh, I will.
James says Kyle Larson is going to win the next race.
I wouldn't doubt it one bit.
I wouldn't either. He's a good racer, and they've got great equipment too, and he is really charging right now. You know, again, that's why I think it's so amazing that Josh Berry won, because of the competition that you have on that track with all these young guns out there. It's what they, I mean, you know, every 15 years or so, it seems like you have just a bunch of young drivers that come in. I mean, you know, way back it was the, you know, Dale Juniors and Gordons and all of them that came in, and they set the world on fire for a long time. It's a new generation of them now.
That's it. That's it.
And you know, some of these that haven't really showed it yet, like Nemechek, if they can get on board, I mean, wow. And really, when you look at the lineup on race day, you know, they've really moved some on.
They have.
There's some that just had to move on and retire. The names have changed, but I still say, with all the problems that NASCAR has had, I think the product is a lot better now than it has been in some time.
Yes.
And I just feel an energy about it, and I just think it's really good. And this racing has been good. I mean, every week.
It's gotten better.
And outside of a couple of, you know, a couple of things where the driver was too aggressive, there's not been a lot of that. And the racing has been, you know, we haven't seen anybody out when they're taking their helmet off and throwing it out of the car.
Not yet. Not yet.
Have we seen a fight in the pits yet between drivers?
Not yet, but I'm looking for it.
Have we seen a fight between pit crews yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. But that's racing, and it's bound to happen in a race season that is as long as the NASCAR season is. You're bound to see some fights going on, but they're playing nice right now.
But it won't last. It won't last.
Well, when it gets to be July and August, and it's so hot in that car, it don't take. I know it's hot now, but it's going to get even hotter. It's not going to take much for tempers to flare, and there's going to be. NC Native says, I'm waiting to see a drop kick on pit lane. Oh, man. You know, this race was 267 laps, I believe it was, for this racetrack. And it's not the biggest racetrack.
No, it ain't.
But it's a good mid-sized track. And, you know, Vegas has really come along in their sports. You know.
Oh, yes.
They've got the football there and the hockey there. You know, there's a lot going on in Vegas and racetracks and all that. But I'll be honest, I want to see them get to the super speedways, and I'm looking forward to the Talladegas and tracks like that. That's for me. That's the funnest thing. And I'm a fan of Bristol. I like Bristol.
I like Bristol.
I said that last week, and so you know, but each track has its own characteristics.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll just have to see what happens.
The one I'm waiting for is Darlington, the lady in black.
Vegas is a dicey track. It's quite the gamble.
Yes.
Keep bringing them, man. I love it. I love it. You come up with a lot of good stuff. But, yeah, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But for Josh Berry, that's not true because he gets to take the win.
That's right.
Let me ask you a question, Dean. And I don't know because I haven't checked lately. But I think if I'm still right about this, you tell me. Dean's the expert. I'm just the guy riding along shotgun here. Do they still take the car and put it up for the week, or is that just they do it at Daytona?
That's at Daytona.
So he can race that car?
Yes.
Okay. Because sometimes they take the car and put it in a museum for a little bit.
That's just at Daytona.
Unless you wreck it, and then I guess it goes to the permanent scrap museum. Some cars get ripped all apart. They just cease to exist. But it's good that he can do that and hold on to that car. Hey, Jake, how you doing, man? I was sorry to hear about your banishment from one of the streams. I hope you got that straightened out. Don't worry. That happens to all of us sometimes. We get struck, and you never know when it's going to happen. We won't name names, but it's certain ones that does that. Oh, it is. So, okay, I see that. So I get it. Check, salute, understand. So yeah, James says sometimes you wonder if you're watching racing or hockey with all the tempers.
That's true. That's true.
What's the one? It was what is the one? No, this goes way back. I think this was late 70s. Wasn't it Bobby Allison and
Cale Yarborough.
Cale Yarborough, the big fight?
Oh yeah.
They still show video of that where they really went after it.
That was a Daytona, 1979.
Yeah. You know, and you're right, James. It is like a lot of hockey. I mean, they say you go to a NASCAR race and you wait for the wreck to happen.
Yes, yes.
But I think some people are waiting for the fights to happen too.
Oh yeah.
But NASCAR is, you know, they don't play pretty on stuff like that, so they issue a lot of fines and stuff. But it's racing; it's going to happen.
That's right.
And Kyle Busch is one of them that's usually in the middle of something like that.
Yeah. Well, now, you know, we lost Tony Stewart. You know, he ain't racing now.
And I know he was a hothead.
Now we got Kyle Busch is out there.
You know, a Larson can be a little bit of a hothead too.
Yeah, yes.
He's Logano more than makes up for some of them.
Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin's another one. Brad Keselowski. He's not big enough to. He's not that big of a guy. He's not big enough to back it up. But he's an elbows out kind of guy.
Yeah.
He runs that mouth, but he's not near the top of the leaderboard right now. So his job is to shut up and race because he's not doing good.
Nope.
So you know, we'll see. Hey folks, we're going to take a quick commercial. We've got to address some things. We'll be right back, and we'll continue the discussion. Thanks for everybody for being here. Stay with us. Don't leave, and keep bringing the comments because we enjoy that. And just keep staying with us because we're going to add to this program each and every week throughout the race season. There'll be some surprises along the way, and I can't wait. So we'll be right back. Take care. Hey folks, Dave in the AM here with the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. For many weeks now, me and Rob have been telling you about our affiliation with Dubby Energy Drinks. I've been drinking some of them on the show, and I just got in today the powder version, and this is the Pond Blom version of this. And hey, I tell you that it gives you the focus and the energy without the jitters or the crash. There's no sugars, no fillers, no artificial dyes. So get you some Dubby today. Use the promo code Southern Fried, and you'll get 10% off each and every order. Not only can you get the energy drinks, but you can also get some cool merch items. In fact, soon we're going to have a hat to show you as an example of some of those things. There's shirts and other things you can get as well as containers to mix up the powder and the water into that you can carry with you. We appreciate your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and also of Dubby Energy Drinks. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. Recently, me and Rob were able to go to Fresh Press Farms and do an interview, which we posted on all of our streams. We love these folks. They're amazing. And we are also customers of theirs. I've recently ordered my olive oil that we use in cooking to our home. We love that they're Georgia-based. We love that they're the only olive producer in the state of Georgia. And we love that they're making jobs here for Georgians in South Georgia. We want you to become a part of their family and use their products. They are the makers of homegrown cold-pressed cooking oils. Crafting oil like this means that they capture the best of the olive and the sunflower because they make that oil too. And they have other products that they have out there. It's an amazing company. They like to say freshness is never a question with Fresh Press Farms. They believe that what we put into our bodies should be minimally processed and actually improve our health and taste like the source. Locally produced and vertically integrated, they proudly grow, harvest, cold press, bottle, and distribute their oils in Georgia to ensure top-notch quality and a quick trip from Grove to Pranchy. Please go online and look up their website and order you some too. Support small business, support Georgia business, and we would appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you soon.
When you get to give me a flag, can't you just let it be? I'm
Oh yes, Colquitt. Rob gets on to me when I say Colquitt. Colquitt, Georgia. Colquitt Chuck. You wonder why that's there. We have our own groundhog. And so next year, around Groundhog Day, we're going to start announcing. We'll have some appearances along the way of Colquitt Chuck, our very own groundhog. And
Okay.
he may show up in the race soon. We'll get him involved here. He hasn't been long since since the groundhogs made their appearance, so that's going to be coming soon. And we're going to go with Colquitt Chuck's prediction. Just so you know, there is a Chuck, Staten Island Chuck, is
Yeah.
one of the groundhogs. He actually predicted it right this year. Then, of course, you got Puxatony Phil. Puxatony Phil is only right 71% of the predictions. It's about 71.4, something like that. I'm sorry, Puxatony Phil. If you can't do better than that, you can't be near the leaderboard.
You're fired.
Yeah, fired, dude. I mean, come on. Then you've got Beauregard down in Georgia. And I love Beauregard, but I told Rob, I said, Beauregard's about a 3, second or third in predictions. He does good. I think he's right behind Staten Island. So we're going to see, how this levels out when we get back around to that time. And then, he may make appearances other times as well. So, but Colquitt Chuck, it looks like Colquitt, but they say if you say that down here in Colquitt, they'll look at you funny. So so I got to train my brain to say Colquitt. Colquitt. It's hard for me. I want to say Colquitt. Hey, we're always trying to have some fun here at Southern Fried.
Yes.
And hey, nothing ain't nothing but a thing. Somebody
That's it.
asked me today at the dentist office. They said, and I get this all the time. And they say, "What do you do? What's it about?" I said, "Well, it's really hard to put into words, but what we've came up with is that it's really a short tagline to all we do, is that we're Christian, conservative, Southern, and I add in patriotic, and we like to have a good laugh.
Oh, yeah.
So Dean said he watched Cornbread Nation, which comes on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. That is a very different kind of show. We're about, I think 6 or 7 shows in now, and we're having a lot of fun with that. So it's the only show that we script from front to back. We don't check the chats until the very end unless something big goes on. There is some pre-recorded videos with our friends Uncle Jeb and Georgia Bubba. And soon he's been making his appearance. JJ, Jeb Jr., has made an appearance. One video, and then I think he come on a live. Me and Rob, he come on a live. So be looking for that. And why do we do puppets? Because we want to. That's our answer. We want to.
It's a Southern thing.
It's a Southern thing. That's right. They're Southern puppets. So we're having fun with them. And but we do morning shows and we do evening shows. And so sometimes we're on very early in the morning, sometimes very late at night. There are some weekend shows. If you want to catch some early church, see me in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. We'll talk about the Bible. And if you want to see something very funny, that's Cornbread Nation. If you want to see some things tomorrow night, I don't know what it's going to be like. Now, our friend Steve from Half Pine Forge on your Rumble channel and X, or formerly Twitter, he's coming in for part 2 of our 80s hair metal night. So I might look a little different tomorrow night, Dean. You might have to catch that on a rerun. I think you got to work. But,
Yes.
yeah, me and Rob and of course Steve don't need to wear extra hair because he's got all he needs. I saw him make an announcement earlier on his channel, and I appreciate that, Steve. You're very kind to do that. He's been the one after me. He's like, Dave, when are we going to do part 2 of the hair metal? And I'm like, okay, let's plan it. So we did. And real quick, if you missed the Friday night that we had Joe and Donna Morey in, we talked about grief and anxiety. Go back and watch that program. That's a real blessing. And there are people to pray for in that. So watch that. But that'll be that. And then we have check-ins. Probably we'll have one Friday night. It may come in tomorrow night with our friend Robert Diamond, who was on the Appalachian Trail, and he is raising awareness for those who've committed suicide that are veterans or first responders. And so pray for him. He's about 125 or 30 miles or more in to the trip now. And you can imagine the storms that he's been in. So here is Robert, and he's carrying those names of soldiers and first responders that have become part of the 22 a day, which it's really more than that, but that's the recognized number. So you pray for him. That QR code is not to give him money, it's to give money to veterans causes that are helping in that. And then if you could catch the show with the Amores, they're awesome people, and that was a special show. So we want you to do that. All right, back into the racing. And we've got this race coming up this weekend. Do you know I didn't look at the time on that. Do you remember what time that was?
I think it's at 2 o'clock.
We'll go back and look. I think at, let's see, where was we at?
2 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, look at you. Let's see here. Did they give a time? They didn't give a time, did they? So we'll verify that. Oh, yeah, they did. 3 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. So you were close. The Straight Talk Wireless 400 at Homestead in Miami. It's also a 267 laps. And so we'll see.
A mile and a half track.
Mile and a half track. And looking forward to seeing if Mr. Barry can get up there again, or maybe this will be Tyler Reddick's week to win, or Kyle Larson, or who knows? It might be Mr. Elliott's turn.
I hope so. I got pull for him again.
If I were to ask who is the guy besides Elliott that you think could be a dark horse this week that hasn't won but is kind of lurking around the upper part of the finishes but hasn't put it all together, who would that be? We didn't pre-plan this, so this is on the spot. Who would that person be?
I want to say Reddick.
That would be a good pick. Jake says, what state uses a possum? I think it's Tennessee. I think he's a Vol fan. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
No comment.
We're going to get in trouble. Native always pulled for Danica Patrick because if she ever won, I was hoping she would give her fans a lap dance. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know how his brain works. He's just one of those people that has a brain that works that way that can come up with those things. So lap dance, you're killing me. I love it. He keeps me laughing. Reddick's a good choice. Is a really good choice. And I want to just pull this back up. And if we go back to those, Larson is lurking. He's lurking there.
He's lurking.
He is definitely a person that could put that together. That's in the top part of the points field here, and he's finishing strong. And then there's your Reddick, number 5, and I would say that Hamlin would also be unchanged. Bowman wouldn't be a pick for me on that.
No,
it's just
no.
not. Blaney, no. Chastain, no. Logano,
Joey, I
yes.
don't know. Yeah, I have to say Joey would be one that did good at Miami.
Yeah, another guy that I think about that might be a person that could is Busher. I just got a feeling about that team. I think they're doing some good things, but that's a dark horse. That's not saying I think that's who's going to win. I think that's a dark horse pick, and we'll see. Do you like the Miami track? Do you like that one as a race?
Yes, I do. Yes.
And you'll be off for this one, right? So
yes.
You get to watch the race, and me and Dean, we got big plans. We're thinking about going to a race and
I know to go.
Finding a way to broadcast after the race a short show about a wrap-up show from the racetrack, and so we'll try to put that together. We're hoping to do that, and I think we can get it done. So we'll have to line our schedules up, see what's within reach for us. We don't have to drive too far, but I think that would be a fun thing to do. We could get some pictures and a lot of things, and just see about it. So I think that would be cool. I mean, after all, after a race, you're kind of stuck there for a while.
Yeah, you are. Yes, about maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, they say down at Talladega, and I've never been, but you might as well just sit because you're not getting out anytime
you're not.
soon.
No, you're not.
Those are not huge roads down there. I know they've done some work, but it fills up quick, and I don't think Bristol's that quick to get out of.
It ain't. I mean, to Bristol, and you wait a while at Bristol.
Yeah, so there's no, unless you're going to leave really early, which who wants to do that? You spend all that money, like you said last week. I think that you want to just hang out. So why not? We just have a charged up laptop and we just do a show.
That's right.
I mean, all we got to have is our mic, our laptop, and some Wi-Fi, and we could borrow off of that. And
I'm game for it.
And I think we can do it. So I think it would be cool. James says, I think Kyle Busch will be in a post-race scuffle before he has his first win. Oh, write that down.
Okay.
Yeah, write that one down. I think that's a good prediction there.
I like that.
We're going to put that down. This is March 18th. James is going. That's 2 that he's put out there. That's 2 that he's put out there. I like it. I like it. NC Native, I said I missed that one. Cold quit. Yes. Junior Colquitt fought for.
I got it wrote down.
I'm sorry I missed those. Y'all are funny. Oh, some of these we better not put them up, but that's a good pick.
I like that.
And the reason, you know why that's a good pick? I'll give you 2 reasons.
Okay.
One is he's like that anyway. 2 is when a guy's struggling like this, his temper is going to get the best of him. And what's going to happen is one of these young guns, they're going to spin him out, and he's going to lose it.
Oh, he does.
And I think, James, that's a safe pick because I think right now, honestly, they don't have a top 5 car.
No.
Now, I know he led a lot at the road course, but they don't have a top 5 car, and that's unusual for them. That don't mean they can't get there, but their car, they're not really putting it all together right now.
They're not had a top 5 car since Harvick left.
Yeah, I just think it's you don't want to say he's a guy on the backside of his career, but he's kind of on the backside of his career. He will win again. I believe that he will win again, but it won't be the next race. It's not going to be Miami.
You got several teams out there that back in the day there was top teams, but nowadays you look at them, you're like, where they at? Like I'm looking at RCR. They ain't up there like they used to be.
No, not like they used to be. Is Jimmy Johnson going to race another race besides Daytona? Do you know?
I think he might be at Talladega.
Okay, at Talladega. That'd be fun to see. He did really well at Daytona and showed something, So that's a champion's champion right there. And, so we'll see. Some of those guys come in. They run a modified schedule, just a few races. They still want to stay in with it and run the big races, super speedway. So we'll see. How about this one? NC Native says Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon live within walking distance of each other in North Carolina. How about that? I was thinking in Charlotte. Charlotte's huge for the race teams.
Yes, it is.
I was thinking about this as I was leaving the dentist and I was headed to the studio. Do you remember the commercial that I'm glad you said Jeff Gordon? It jogged or Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, it jogged my memory. Remember when Jeff Gordon dressed up as the dude and drove that car off the new car lot and had that guy with him?
Yes.
Oh, that was one of the funniest things ever. That guy thought he was dying. And he's spinning that car all around, jumping over stuff, and he comes back and screeches in, parks it, and all is set up. That was funny.
It was.
I enjoyed that. I think they did a couple like that.
Yeah, yes, I have.
And you got to be careful doing stuff like that. I guess you could get sued, but I don't know how they worked that one, but it was great, and I'm glad they did it. And that's kind of fun. And you know what? The biggest challenge was getting Jeff Gordon where nobody recognized who he is. He's got a very distinctive voice.
Yes, he does.
And he's a certain size guy, and he's just really hard to. But they dressed him up a little older and stuff. longer hair, and they kind of made him look a little bit more redneck, I guess.
Oh yeah, they did. They did.
I was years ago when he was winning a lot, and Junior was out there. There used to be some guys I would be headed to the plant to work, and I had a CB at the time in my car, and every Monday they would be just ripping Jeff Gordon after a win because they were Junior fans and they couldn't stand Gordon. And I would just wait. They would be back and forth. They'd be bashing Gordon. And I wasn't a Gordon fan, but it was fun to mess with these guys. And so they would be back and forth, and he's this and he's that. And some things we can't even repeat. And I would wait, and it would get a little quiet, and I'd just key up and I'd go, but who won the race, Oh, and then they get started again, well, he may have won, but he cheated, or the NASCAR, they helped him win. It's kind of like somebody at a football game. It's the refs, they cheated.
But you gotta admit, Jeff Gordon had one of the best crew chiefs there were.
He did.
Ray Evans was the best crew chief.
He did. And for a lot of these drivers, for all that they do, there's three things they don't have a whole lot of control over. And it's already been mentioned in this show, the pit crew.
Yes.
They got to do their job. You can, the setup, that's all on that team, that pit, and you can tell them what you need. But when you get back out there, all you can do is drive the car you got. And number three is the tires. Now, there is a little bit of control there because you can not wear them out driving in the corners too hard early in a run. But some tires are just bad, bro. Remember last year, the year before, Goodyear had all the trouble with the tires?
Yes.
The blowouts?
Yes.
That was bad. That was bad. I know they run their commercial the last couple races and showing the tires, and but their image got hurt there for a while. They really did.
Well, one thing about their tires, when they drop their car, the driver normally takes off. But
Yeah.
he needs to listen to the crew chief. When the crew chief says go, he needs to start going then.
Some drivers think they're the crew chief,
Right.
and Kyle Busch would be one of those that thinks he's the crew chief.
Yes.
And set up, tires, and turning right.
That,
Wouldn't it be left? Is it right or left?
Left.
It's left. You don't want to turn right. And see, you've been a wall.
that's right. Well, you could go right on the
That
road
would
course.
be on the driver.
You could go right on the road course.
One of the hardest things for to keep straight on is restarts and jumping the flag. It's so hard. Those guys are ready to go, and gals. They're ready to go, and you got to get to a certain point, and they try to time that out. And sometimes somebody will mess that up. They have to circle. They get put into the line, but that's hard. And different races, that line is a little different at different races for where that the green flag starts. So it's something they have to wear. And then fourth, which is on the driver, is the speed through the pits.
Oh, yes.
And some drivers, they'll cuss, they'll get mad, they'll say they're idiots, but you either are under the speed or you're not. And sometimes they come in so hot they can't get slowed down enough, and when they come over that line, they're just a tick above it. And again, listen, it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, because you're trying to get every second you can at the top speed, and it's got to feel like that you're driving like a 90-year-old man. No offense to 90-year-old men. I know some 90-year-olds drove fast. In fact, my grandpa was. One of my grandfathers was very elderly, and he drove like a NASCAR driver. My grandmother would have killed him if she'd have known that. But it is hard to slow that far down and go that slow.
But the car's got no speed operator in it.
It doesn't have it. It doesn't have
All you
it.
got to do is look at the tack. When the tack goes down, you're in that speed zone.
Yeah, and some pits are so long, it feels like you're in there forever. Some of them wrap halfway around the track, and it's really hard. And then you got some tracks they're on opposite sides. So if you're in the top 15, you get to pit on the front side, and everybody else gets to pit on the back side. Takes longer.
That's how Bristol is. That's how Darlington is.
Yeah, and that could be hard to win because you're having to take a little bit longer and those guys are already back out. But I guess with Bristol, it's all banging and rubbing anyway. And that race is coming up, and I can't wait. I'll put that back up. Let me get back over to that because that's cool, and it's not that far away. It's the fourth race from now. The Food City 500 on April 13th at 3 p.m. That is always a must-see race, which I think all of them are. I guess for all of these, I got to be honest, Martinsville is probably the one that I like the least. I'm just not a huge fan of Martinsville. I don't know why. I'm just not.
But it's a paperclip.
Yeah. I just don't. And what's that race? Is it Pocono? The triangle.
That's Pocono.
Oh, I can't stand that.
The tricky triangle.
The tricky. I don't like that one. What do y'all think in the chat? Do you have a favorite racetrack? Is there one you don't like? We've got a few moments left here. It flies by, Dean. I mean.
Oh yes. Before you know it, it's time to go.
And he's got his Elliott shirt on. I don't know if you can see that. He's got his Chase Elliott shirt on. So I'm gonna have to get suited up here. James says, former Georgia Bulldog Nate McBride is a jackman in the pit of for the number 34 team. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I did not like that. I don't get too excited about most fast food places, but Chick-fil-A and Cookout are awesome. I'll agree with you.
I do too. I like Cookout.
And NC Native says I like Bristol, Richmond, and Martinsville. I'm not a hater on Martinsville. I like Bristol and Richmond, but I don't know. It's just not near the top for me. It's okay. There's a lot of history there.
Yes.
Martinsville. But I'm not a huge fan. But I am a fan of the Richmond track and Bristol, obviously, and and that's probably, James. That's probably where you're going to see the fight, Bristol.
Oh yeah.
I think that might be the one.
That's the one that WWE should go to.
Yeah. And you said you've been there?
Yes.
Martinsville is a paperclip. Yeah. I mean, it's all about, saving your brakes at Martinsville.
Yes.
Because you're going to wear on those brakes hard as you make those 4 turns. So, again, it's another part of the skill and man and machine to navigate your way around these type of racetracks. And I get that. I get that. But I just like to see them go. You're killing me, man. You can eat cereal out of Bristol.
Yeah, you can. It's a bow.
Yeah. What was funny is when they played football games there, I thought, football?
But now they're going to play the Braves game at Bristol.
Yeah, well, there's always a way to make a buck or make some money. So you get that. So any predictions on Miami? Any predictions yet, or you want to wait?
I would say Chase would do it.
Chase, he's going with Chase.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and make a pick. My heart says I'd love to see Barry do it. The odds are he's not going to win that. I'm going to go Kyle Larson. I just feel like he's coming, and it's about time. 2 for me would be, I'm with you, Reddick. I see Reddick being there. And a 3rd, Logano. That'd be my top 3 picks that I see going on at this race, and we'll see how it goes. We'll write those down so we don't forget. Y'all going to hold us accountable anyway. And
my 3 would be Chase, Beanie, and Tyler.
Okay. All right. Don't like the Yankee tracks, and I don't like Miami. And that's emphatic, and I like that. I don't like wishy-washy. Just say it. Like we had Vinny and Sal the other night talking to those French want the Statue of Liberty back. Vinny and Sal, they're very emphatic about what they like and what they don't like. They might be Yankees, but they're emphatic, right? So I hope you're liking the show. Give us some feedback. I know, Dean, you got family and friend watching.
Yes.
I've got friends in here. We got people we don't even know. We appreciate you being here. And we hope that it'll be something that you enjoy. We're fans. And we're going to add little things to the show as we go. There's more things that we're going to add in. It's called the Southern Fried Racing Hour, but it goes by so fast we may bleed over a little bit into another hour, just a couple of minutes. I told Dean by the mid-season we'll probably the racing Southern Fried Racing hour and a half.
We need to.
There's a lot to get in. NC Native says they should drop California and add Wilkesboro. That's a good point. Wilkesboro is another legendary track. And they here, a few years ago they dropped some tracks. They took races away from the two race tracks, and they wanted to pick up these other racetracks. But I'm with you, and of course, they were trying to shorten the length of the race. I didn't look at the time frame on this race. Do you remember?
Not right offhand. But they did add North Wilkesboro to the schedule.
Okay.
Then that's an all-star race.
Okay. I agree with you, NC Native. I agree with you. It's not Southern enough anymore. We're Southern guys, and we're right there with you. NASCAR's, but it is what it is. And the marketers love these young guys from wherever they're at. They like to highlight the Indiana drivers, the California drivers, the Michigan drivers, the Midwestern drivers. Who was the one that Menard? Paul Menard, right?
Yes.
Where's he gotten off to?
I'm not seeing him on the ticket a long time.
Used to be. He come from a very rich family, if
Yes.
I remember right. And I heard out there where they had their shop. I'll just say, and I don't want to besmirch anybody, but I heard he wasn't the nicest of fellows. They talked down to people out there a little bit. They just didn't feel like they were part of them because of the way they acted and stuff. So, well, to get this one first, a few years from now, NASCAR will be racing in China, and he calls. Oh, sorry. He calls it the Beijing Aling for. Oh, I like it. Thank you, James. Thank you. Another dog fan. Are you a dog fan?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I couldn't remember. I went all this way. I've been here besmirching Tennessee, and I thought Dean might be a Tennessee fan.
No, don't put that on me now.
So you are sitting in a Georgia chair. So
I'm Georgia. I live in Georgia.
Hey, James, if you would like to come up sometime on the show, one of the weeks we do this, just let us know, brother. You can come in from your phone, iPad, or you can come in audio. You don't have to be on screen. Some people do that. We'd love to have you come up and be a part. It's up to you. Don't worry about being nervous. Dean was nervous as a cat. Now he's just old hat to him now. He's used to it. So we taped the first one. We went live the second and third one, and we're in our groove now. We're having fun. So be a lot of laughter here, and we'll try to add two more. I didn't try to pack too many stats and things in. Just want to hit the high points. We'll do a little more video next week, and we'll try to find some. If they do have a fight, we're gonna have video of that. I promise you.
And we have notes on it too.
We'll try to get some post race comments as well. So just bear with us. We'll get a little bit more of that and add that into the show. We're building it, and we just decided. Well, by the time we talked about it, we didn't have but about 2 weeks until the first race, 2.5 weeks, I think.
That's right.
So we were really pushing to get ready for the start of the season because we do a lot of other shows. And so we were really scrambling, but I thank you for the kind feedback. I appreciate that. Hey, we're like I said, we're fans having fun and we're friends.
That's
and
right.
Dean's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And we'll see how the season goes. We'll see who that champion's going to be. Who won it last year? I've forgotten. I know, and I just went blank. Who won the championship?
Joey Logano.
Logano, that's right. Okay. Let's see.
That one.
Friends should host a race and call it the Pepe Le Pew 500. You know what? That's pretty cool.
I like that.
I could dig that.
I could too.
What would you call it if it was in Moscow or Ukraine? Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have opened that up. We could have a whole show about that. Might be a future Cornbread Nation idea.
But they're going to Mexico in June.
They are going to Mexico. Yeah,
It's official.
it's official. I saw that. So
They aren't even the country for a race.
that's interesting. Have you seen the track?
Yes.
Is it decent? I mean,
It's a road course.
oh, that's right. I did see that. I did see the road course. I'm not a fan of road courses. I'll just be honest.
The only one I like is Roval, the Charlotte Roval.
Yeah.
That's the
okay.
only one I like.
Okay. If the race was in Ukraine,
Uh-oh.
the rigged 500. With that,
I'm not going to go there.
oh man, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm probably going to get in trouble. I just want to know if it was in Ukraine, who would be in the pace car? Because I got an idea who might be riding or driving the pace car. Let's see if you can think of who I'm thinking of. I won't say it.
Elon Musk.
It's not Elon, but I would see him doing that, but not there. But if you can think of who I'm thinking about, we'll think of some kind of prize. By the way, hand me that pack right there. This just came in today. Jake, I don't know if you're still out there, Bubba, but Jake's been on my butt about stickers, and I just got them in. So there is our stickers, the SFP logo, and these are about 3 inches. They're really nice. There you go, my man.
Okay,
There's
thank
one
you.
for
Thank
you.
Thank you.
And if you, we'll put these out there, and I'm gonna send Jake one. I knew I shouldn't have asked, but I couldn't help myself. We're too close to Cornbread Nation coming on in a couple of days. Hunter Biden. And this one, oh my, y'all forgive me, folks. Come on, we're having fun. All right. Zelensky wearing high heels. Actually, that is not who I was thinking about. I was thinking it would be former President Joe Biden out there in his car. You know, he likes his little race car. He kept in the garage with all the special, the Joe Biden files. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I kind of think he would have been racing around the track. Again, if I've offended you, we're just having fun. One of the things we can still do in America is laugh and let's have some fun. So
Have fun.
if Donald Trump can go to a track and he got criticized, then Joe Biden could go to a track. You know, I don't think he's much of a race fan, but that was fun. NC Native could come up with a top 10. I challenge you, NC Native. I challenge you. There's a free. It's not much. There's a free sticker in it. I'll send it to you. You give me your top 10. Yeah. You give me your top. Hey, great to hear, James. I was wondering about that. Those folks only been up there for, they're like the crew of the USS Minnow. They went to space for 1 week. 1 week. 9 months later, splashdown. But I'm glad to know they're back. Great day for America. Absolutely. And
Welcome home, folks.
NC Native said it, not me. You could. Just wouldn't nobody else want to be in there. Come on, man. NC Native, I challenge you. I want you to give me a top 10 list. You're going to get full credit for this, not me. You can use the Beijing-a-ling. That's one. You only need 9 more. And you can use Ukraine, but you got to come up. Oh, you got 2. So you need 8 more. And we're going to do the top 10 from NC Native on whenever you get them to me the next live show at night. I want to go through that because you're really good at that. It's funny. Anybody else that wants to as well, send me those ideas. And we are one last thing before we go tonight. And we've got to sit down and talk about it. We're going to have a shirt, and we got these races in. We're going to have to figure out where they were at. We're going to have our own race team, race league. And so we're going to tracks that are places where there's not normally been a NASCAR track. And it's the Southern Fried Racing circuit. And so be looking for that. This is a real thing. It's not made up. And we got to get it designed. And we'll have the logo. We'll have Dean on there. We'll have me on there. More Dean than me. He looks better than I do. But on the back, we'll have a listing of all the racetracks and winners, and it'll be something you want to get. It'll be the first edition, so we'll change it up every year. So that will happen. That's not a joke. We're doing that, and maybe by the next race we will have where our race is. So and who won that. So we'll talk about that as well. I think we can have that by the next program. What do you think? Think we can do that?
Sounds good to me.
Any closing thoughts, Dean? I've ran my mouth a lot here. NC Native, you're cracking me up though, but
No, I have enjoyed it.
you want to shout out? I guess your mom's still watching. Hello, to
Yeah.
Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Maybe some other
Hey,
family
Ken.
friends. Appreciate y'all being in here. He's doing good. I'm proud of him. He's a natural at this. So,
Thank you.
and if anybody wants to come up, if somebody wants to make a video, a short video, put it in MP4, and get that to me, make it like a minute and a half tops. Send us a video of your race memories, or your favorite track, or why you think somebody didn't win, it should have won. Anything like that, we'll put it up. We'll have fan segment.
That's right.
In the middle, right around the commercial time, we'll do fan segment. All you gotta do, I can get you information. You can send it to our email for the podcast, Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com, or if it needs to be in a different file, there's a way we can do that. So, yeah, right, NC Native, right, check,
I like
gotcha.
that. I like that.
So I understand. We're not putting that one on the screen.
No.
But I understand. So thanks for being here, Fist Bump, and thank you, brother man. Thanks for all the folks in Instagram, and I love the names. Thank you for those. Are always fun to look at. Don't know that anybody was in Podbean. We've had several in tonight. You've come in from X, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And I know there's some Rumble listeners out there as well. So we appreciate y'all being here. And y'all have a great night. Good job. Well, you know what? You bring something to the table, man, and that's important. That's important.
I like that.
And you, the fans, make a show.
That's right.
It's not just us. And we want you to have that experience where you can be a part of the show. If you just want to watch and listen and laugh at me, because I'm silly. Well, you wouldn't laugh at you, they laugh at me. I'm silly. But my granddaughter asked me if I'm ever going to grow up, and I'm like, no.
Nope, I'm not going
And
to.
if you really want to laugh at me, tomorrow night's the night. It is the debut of well, we'll just say I won't be looking like I'm looking now. I'm going to be an alter ego for the Hump Day News at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be different. I'll just say that. And it is the debut during the 80s, part 2, with Rob, who will also be in attire, and Steve Needs None. Steve is from Half Pine Forge. By the way, let me give a plug for him. Appreciate him coming on. He's a hard-working person, and he has his own shows he does. We appreciate him taking time. We've been friends for some time now, and there he is. He has a live show he does on Friday night. He's a blacksmith. How cool is that? And he has a very fun show on Friday nights, building whatever comes to his brain. He goes live, but he is he's all over these were recorded shows, and I have seen. Let's see, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 of those out of the 5 that's there. Hey, I counted to 5. That's pretty good.
Hey.
That's Lakeview math. Did you go Lakeview?
No, Rossville.
Oh, an old Ross.
And Ridgeland.
Oh my goodness. I knew there was something going on here. I thought it was you was a Tennessee fan. I didn't know that you were Rossville and Ridgeland.
Yes.
Oh, that's like
I'm a first class for Ridgeland High School.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm learning stuff tonight.
Yes.
So that's like 2 magnets, we push away, because Lakeview and Rossville, that goes way back.
Oh,
folks.
yes.
If you're from this area, but no, we're cool. My best friend actually went to Rossville, and I was over there a lot of game nights, and nothing but respect for their athletic program. But I'm a Lakeview guy, so and all my family went to Lakeview.
I'm sorry.
Well, you remember when they used to have the parades and they'd go through town?
Yeah.
What do they still do that? I think they had to stop it.
I know Fort O has it. I don't know if Russell has one. I know Russell has a Christmas parade.
Yeah, interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Important here to get this one up. Another great show. Thanks for the entertainment.
Thanks, Mom.
You know what?
That. Thank you.
If I hadn't taken them all out, I would have showed you one of our puppet videos, because I think you would have got a kick out of that. But I think I took them all out. But for those, and Jake's in here if he's still here. because it's legendary, right? It's legendary, and Steve's going to kill me, but this is now part of the Southern Fried Podcast legend clip with Miss Elizabeth and Steve. If you're from the South, you get this, and her accent is precious. Here you go.
Steve, when she finds out what you said, you're going to be wheezing, all right? Miss Elizabeth, Steve said, so 2% milk and store-bought cornbread then. All right, I guess I'll try it.
I still didn't hear you, Rob. I lost you.
He said, so
Dave said something
2%
about
milk.
2% milk.
Yes. He said, so 2% milk and store-bought cornbread then. I guess I'll try it.
Oh my gosh. Steve said that.
Steve said that. Celtic Blacksmith.
Steve. You might go to hell. No. No. Oh my heavens. Oh, that hurts my heart. No, Steve, no.
Wow, that will live forever.
Yes, it will.
That was not scripted. That was totally on the fly. She was in the car. That's why she had to ask a couple of times. It was breaking up a little bit. And Steve was great to play along. And he'll be with us tomorrow night. And he's great. He's like NC native, just really quick-witted and cracks up. And he has been super kind to us. And we had him come on many months ago and just talk about blacksmithing. And it's been I'm going to use a pun here, it's been a friendship forged in steel after that. In fact, we have some things, and I have one up here. I just got to get it hung up, but this is some of Steve's creation, the old dinner bell. And yes, I have the thing you ring it with. And he does a fine work. And so that's good stuff right there. But hey, folks, we've went over 18 minutes over. But I don't think we care.
I don't care. I like it.
You know, Dean's got to work tomorrow, though. We better get his beauty sleep.
I need it.
So, folks, we're going to play some music on the way out, run some ads. We'll close the Podbean down. Hang around, listen to some of the music. We're going to play some of that and run some ads for a minute and talk, and then we'll shut the stream down. Thanks for being here. We always salute, and we appreciate you very, very much. We'll see you next,
y'all, folks.
We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot, Dean. You're
Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy.
Oh, well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hum Day News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth, and when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern Fried Stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that Southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give 'em a hand? So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that Southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give 'em a hand? Choke. Fast and fierce, racing souls, tearing through the endless cold. Twisting metal, thunder growls, screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Modes of fury racing fast. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts, and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried racing breed. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried racing breed.
Lots of lab boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear.
The pipes they hum in the morning dew, a mournful call so raw and true. chasing the ghosts of a fading day. The wind, it dances with the sound so bold. Silver whispers through the cold. Mountains weep as the notes do climb, a sorrowful hymn that escapes through time. Oh, hear the cries of the rising pipes, feel the strain where the soul collides. A tune that wraps in a tartan shroud, lifting the hearts of the heavy bowed. The valley listens with thirsty hills, quiet falls as the music spills, a thread of past where the future leads, carried afar by these ancient seas. A lone piper stands where the clouds kiss earth, a solitary hymn giving life its worth. Each note a tear for the ones we've missed, echoes that linger through highland mist. Breathing life where silence grows, the pipes unlock what the heart bestows. Eternal words without the sound, heavy hearts they fill.